Alright, so just start my stream up, making sure everything loaded properly and all that. This is gonna be my first stream doing a comic book reading. We'll see what happens, see how it goes. It's just a test, it's a test stream, you know? So I'm gonna wait a couple minutes, see if anybody comes to join in, because I don't want to start reading and then like have to stop. So I'm gonna chill here for a little bit, a couple minutes, have some music playing, and if I sit here alone, that's cool. I will start reading and we'll start recording, and then anybody can watch the past broadcasts and stuff. Wags! I don't need your bits, Wags. Thank you very much, sir. Let's see, where am I at? Over here. Right, there you are. Mr. Wags! Mr. Effin' Wags and Effin' Buzzy. Effin' Wags and Effin' Buzzy. Wags and Buzzy! Hey guys! I love it. Thank you so much for coming. Hello. This is gonna be a different stream. I don't know if you guys saw the. I didn't even know you could change the stream notification or whatever. Buzzy. Jeez, man. It's gonna be a different stream tonight. It might be only an hour. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure how long this is gonna go. This is something I'm trying. I mentioned it before. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try it. See what happens. See how it goes. See if you guys like it. See if I like it as well. See if I like doing it. See if you like it. You know. I'm gonna read a freaking comic book. All right. So sadly, I'm not set up to yet. I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, I would like to set it up where I could like have another camera that's like on the comic book, the pages to show you them, or you know, like I actually did storybook reading a long time ago. I used to read to kids and stuff, and you know, read and turn to pictures and whatever. But oh my god, what the hell, dude? Why? Stop it! Thank you very much. Mr. Wags, well, you were just trying to outdo Buzzy, right? Just like, take that, Buzzy, take that. Holy big, right? Oh, fucking holy shit. It's already been a month since the, wait. It's already been a month? Are you kidding me? Wow. Holy big giving and holy subs. Wow, thank you, Wags. Thank you so much, man. So I hope you'll like it. I hope you'll like hanging out with me for some reading, because that's what I'm gonna do. So we'll see. This is something I want to try. So I don't know if I'll like it. This might be the only time I ever do it. You know, I mean, you know, it might be the only time I ever do it. I don't know yet. You gotta see how I like it, see how you like it, you know, whatever, all that kind of stuff. Thank you so very much, dude. That's crazy, man. Thank you so much. You're about to pass out? All right, well, cool. I'll put you to sleep by reading to you. I'm sorry you're about to pass out, man. I hope you have a good rest. I take it you're going to work early tomorrow? He's like, I better get all my bits and subs in before I go pass out. The soothing sounds of your old farts pass out. I know, right? Like, I went to bed the other day at 5 p.m., man. 5 p.m. But I woke up at like midnight and then I was up. Oh, you don't? Oh, tomorrow's Sunday. I don't see days to me. I don't really think about days and stuff. So you don't work, you're just tired. Alright. Oh shit, no kidding. Back to nighttime. Alright. Well, I hope you enjoy your new shift and stuff. Less than 5. I usually run on like 4 to 5 hours of sleep. It's usually my normal amount of hours I sleep. Like 4 or 5 hours is what I go by. I'm used to it, but it's like, you know what's funny is like I often think maybe that's why I feel tired all the time. But then there'll be a day where I'll actually sleep 8 to 9 hours, and I'll wake up and I'll still be tired that whole day. I'm like, all right, it's not the sleep. I don't, you know, I don't know what the hell it is, but it's weird. Probably just my unhealthiness, whatever. Oh, you know what? I didn't get myself a bookmark. Oh, I guess I could use a piece of paper. Cool. All right. Well. thank you so much for being here and coming. You know. Hi, Mrs. Twisted. Where you at? There you are, Mrs. Twisted. Sometimes I can't get the button, like, you know, like when if I pick it up, oh, whatever. It's cool. Wags. Why, man? Why? You've done enough, sir. Wags is killing the bitty alerts, I guess. Wags is destroying alerts. He's like, take this, eat all the alerts, suck it up, alerts. Alerts are getting everything. So Wags with more bitties. Oh my goodness, crazy. Thank you so much, Wags. You crazy guy. Crazy. Wait. Dark Oco Bit, what is that icon? Thank egg? How come that looks like a fedora? That's hilarious. Buzzy! Damn it, you guys. I'm just gonna sit here all night just spamming your names on the screen. That's what I'm gonna be doing, right? No reading for me. We're just gonna be spamming your names all over my screen. What's up, Dark Oco Boo? Dark Oco Boo succeed. I don't know if you saw the notification, because like there's a new notification thing that you can do on Twitch, and I saw people doing it, and I was like, how are they doing that? I didn't know, and then I just saw one on the dashboard. You can actually change it there. Buzzy with the biddies! Everybody jumping in on biddies. Bitty. Fucking, what is going on? What, did you get like a bonus or something? Did you get a freaking... I think it's a bit war. That's what's happening. That's a bit war, man. It's a bit war between Bags and Wags and Buzzy. And the names aren't sized differently on purpose. It's just the font, alright? Don't get crazy on me and shit. You just saw... Oh, Miss Night Owl! Hey! You just watched the movie. What, did you like it? I hope you liked it. Bags. Bags of biddies, right? Bags of biddies. You're gonna read graphic comics? I'm gonna start with the Gunslinger Reborn. I believe, yeah, the Gunslinger Born, not Reborn. The Gunslinger Born. The Dark Tower. This is a comic book based on the book series. The writer, most of the writing is done by Robin Firth, I believe, who worked with Stephen King on a behind-the-scenes book. I forget what the hell it was called, but she worked with him, so she knows like everything. So her behind the comic book is pretty cool. Like it's very loyal to the actual series, which is very cool. You wish it was longer? Yeah. It's a cool movie. Like, it's decent. If you've never read the books, the movie's cool. The movie's decent. Like, I didn't hate it, you know, because most of the time when a movie's based on a book, like, it super sucks. Most of the time, not always. Like, I really like Harry Potter movies, and I love the books. I've read them all, so I like the Hunger Games movies. I've only read the first book. It was amazing. It blew my mind. I just never read the rest. But you know, usually the movies are crap. Like I liked the Death Note, the Netflix Death Note, but the anime, of course, is like a billion times better. But so the Dark Tower, the trailers to me looked like crap. I saw the trailer and I was like, no, oh, holy fuck. Wags, what are you? Did you hit the jackpot? You got a bonus, right? You hit the jackpot. You got a super bonus. And sorry if that was super loud. Just a little bug just flew in my face. That's all Wags' fault. That was a bit bug is what just happened. I had a bit bug like flap in front of my face. Damn it, how come I got, oh, there you go. Mr. Wags! Holy, I'm telling you, man, he got a bonus. He got a super bonus or something. Mr. Wiggity Wags. Do I have, oh, I do have smileys here. I forgot I didn't, oh, whoops, wrong. Sorry, Buzzy, that wasn't for you. Oh, okay, my. Wiggity Wags! I'm telling you, he must have hit the lottery. Hit the lottery, right? I don't know. Did they accidentally give you too many bits? Is that what happened? You purchased some bits and then you got double the bits you paid for? You're like, yeah. So when I saw the trailer, thank you so much, Wags. Really, I can't thank you enough. I could sit here and thank you forever. So that's why I'm not going to. I can thank you guys just for being here forever. So I'm not going to. I got these just for you. Hitting that lotto, the bit lotto, man. So when I saw the trailer for the Dark Tower movie, I hated it. I was like, ew, what the hell did you do? But I had to watch the movie anyways. I love the Dark Tower. That is nothing better to me than the Dark Tower series. Like, I love it. The Christmas... Oh, yeah, that's right. We're in December. Oh, I gotta get my invoice together, too. I forgot about that. Damn, man. Thank you so much. The Christmas spirit. AKA Wags. So I hated the trailer. I watched a couple of them, but I hated the freaking trailer. But I had to watch the movie anyways because I love the Dark Tower series. And I didn't hate it. I actually liked the movie. It was pretty cool. But I learned my lesson with the X-Men movies, the first X-Men movie especially, because that was the first X-Men movie that, couldn't stand it. Resident Evil, could not believe it, was so pissed at what they did. Like, Resident Evil movies, X-Men movies, like all these movies, like, adapted or whatever, they were just garbage. Like, I was so pissed. So I got used to that, and I started watching the movies for what they were, rather than expecting them to be what they should have been, which was based on the damn thing that they were based on. But they were like, oh, we're just gonna call it this, and we're gonna have the same characters, but it's gonna be entirely different than everything else you've ever read. So once I got used to that, I knew that I was expecting that with Death Note on Netflix, and I was expecting that with the Dark Tower movies. So I was more accepting of them. I was ready for them to be different and whatever. So I actually liked. Germ thinks he's a C. What the fucking Dark Alchemy? All right, you got. Dick. What a dingleberry, dude. I'm gonna check out this clip right now. Germ thinks he's a seal. You got a super bonus. Oh my gosh, dude, that's fucking hilarious. Alright, I'll have to keep this open for later. No, don't save it. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious, dude. What a dingleberry. Freaking dingleberry. Dingleberry. Alright, anyways. So I like the Dark Tower movie. I thought it was cool. I was, and I was one of those people like, why'd you make Roland black? Not because I would, like, it was just because he's not black. He's not a black dude. Like, whatever. I didn't care. It was just, it was like, why? What the hell? Because you never picture, like, that dude I don't think anybody pictured him as Roland, but it was a cool movie. I don't know, whatever. Alright, so I actually got music ready for the reading. I have, like, themed music. We'll see how it goes. Buzzy and Wax. Damn Bit Wars of Doom. Wax and Buzzy. I can't do both your names at the same time. Wiggity. Oh, whoops. No, it's lag. It's lag. Oh, it's lagging. Sometimes these button presses are laggy, whatever. Are you guys ready for me to read? You want to keep spamming with bits? We'll chill here. We'll chill with bit spam. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so this is... Alright. This is my first time doing this, alright? So we're going to try it, see how it goes. I'm going to take a drink of water and get my mouth prepared for reading. Shouldn't be too hard, though. I have none left now. You broke him, Wags. You broke Buzzy. So my first time trying this. I have already read the first few graphic novel compilations or whatever. Like I have the collections or whatever. I have like 8 of them, I think. I don't know. I've read the first few, but I'm gonna start from the beginning for the stream and stuff, and just cause. I will be reading the inner panel thingy of the book, as well as the foreword and stuff, just cause they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool little descriptions and stuff. Alright, let me stop this music. And I also, check this out, I forgot about this until just this moment. I almost started without. I actually made a little thing for it. Oh, some lag. My computer's lagging right now. I don't know why. Here we go. Okay, so that's on the wrong scene, but don't worry, I'll fix it. So I have some background. The background will be playing a little bit of animated scenes, some inspired music videos of the Dark Tower. I'm not going to be playing the music, I'm going to be playing separate music, but they're inspired videos that were made based on the Dark Tower. There's artwork from the books, there's concept art, there's going to be a lot of artwork in the background stuff, so, you know, I set that up just for the heck of it during the reading. What's up, David Schmosh? Dark Alchemy? I'm going to get money by next week. China and reship it. It's people I choose to promote my eBay page. Promote my... You have an eBay page? I would do it. You don't need to give me nothing. I will promote your page. I mean, you know. I did like the movie. I did. I thought I was going to hate it when I saw the trailer. Like, I thought I was going to... I saw that trailer and I was like, oh, what have you done? You ruined everything. I saw the trailer and I was like, no. And that's, I mean, they've talked about it over the years, many years. They've been talking about making a movie. They even were going to do like a TV show, like, you know, those series of shows that make a movie and whatever. And everybody kept saying, we can't do this. We cannot make this right. We can't make this happen. It's just too damn amazing and good and deep and, you know, like everybody kept saying, we can't do this. It was pretty funny. It's been a long time. It's been a lot of years where I've been wanting to see like a good movie, and it wasn't a good movie to me as a fan of the books, but I didn't hate it. You know, like I like it. I you know, it as its own thing. Like I like it. You can't compare it to the books really. It's based on and it's all right. We put the digital version as the backdrop on the green screen. I don't have that. I don't have the digital version, so no. It's gonna be like random images that are the Dark Tower stuff, from like covers and different artworks from the stories and all that. I actually loved the new It movie. That was freaking cool. Yeah, most reviews for the Dark Tower are bad. I don't know why. I mean, unless it was they were all done by like supreme fans of the book series. But no, the movie was cool. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't good for me as a fan of the books. It wasn't like, man, you guys did such a good job of making the book into this. It wasn't like Death Note was more like that to me. I thought they did a good job of Death Note on Netflix for shortening this huge anime into a movie. Like I thought they did pretty good at that. Retro handheld console. Just do an honest review with pros and cons, prejudice if it's bad, so people know what they're buying. Or wait, you made a retro? Wait, did you build a retro handheld console? I'm confused. Are they hard or soft? They're only hard for you, Benny. I'm just kidding. It's a hardcover graphic novel. Now I'm not. I was actually thinking of reading the actual books because I do have those too. I have they're half and half, like paperbacks. Well, I think the first couple I got were paperbacks, like the Gunslinger is paperback, the Drawing of the Three is paperback, and I think all the rest of the books I have are hardcover. But I'm going with the graphic novels instead of the actual books. But I've read the series only twice. I've only read the whole series, the regular series, twice. But I mean, they came out over a span of years, man, like many years. And I love the Dark Tower. Ready Player One. I've heard of that a bunch. I've heard a lot about it. I don't remember what it is though. Isn't Ready Player One like about a developer or something? I can't remember what it's about. I've heard a lot about it though. Oh crap. Oh yeah. So this background is the actual music video that I plan to play. It's the music, the mood of the music for the thing, and then this one will be the actual once it loads. My computer's been acting weird, so. This will be the background scenery for the. I might as well start playing, like whatever. I'm gonna lower the music a little bit. I'll try there. We'll see how the music is here. If it gets too loud or whatever, just let me know. Trailer for okay, all right, cool. If crap. If you don't mind, send me a whisper to remind me to watch the trailer. Oh man, hopefully the stream runs okay. I see some errors, so I'm not sure if it should be okay. Oh, oops. So I found some western music, like hour-long western music or whatever. Because it's got a western vibe, the Dark Tower and stuff. Especially the first book and everything, but especially a lot of the graphic novel, it takes place in the earlier Roland years, I guess. I don't know. Big one. Find big bulk and then reset. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, good luck with that. That's cool. I forgot. We got the black market on Discord too. A book that came with the cold snap box set cards. I used to read a lot. Like I have hundreds of comic books. But before I started collecting comic books and reading comics, I read actual books. Like I read the whole Black Beauty series. I loved the Black Beauty series, man. Or was it? No, not Black Beauty. Black Stallion. Black Stallion. I always mix those two. It was the Black Stallion. I loved the Black Stallion, man. The whole. I think that was 7 books as well. All right. I'm gonna read the inner panel first, the description of the book thingy. Man, I hope I don't ruin this, but we'll see. I'm just gonna be reading, but there probably will be some mistakes, mispronunciations and stuff. Forgive me. Oh yeah, I only read the first Star Wars book. I think I started the second one and I never ended up continuing that. I think I had seen the movies first, and then when I tried reading the books, I was like, eh. Which is usually the other way around, you know. But I was young when I did that a long time ago. I like this stuff. Yeah, so I just was looking up videos for the Dark Tower and actually found a bunch of stuff where they show, like, this is an actual inspired by, I don't know who made this, like, this video, because all the characters, like, I could recognize them, but I've never seen this before. There was never actually like an anime. This is called Dark Tower Stephen King micro movie. So I don't know where that came from, but it's freaking cool as hell. Goes to Oasis, which is a virtual reality system, and the whole plot is based on the developer of the Oasis ties and leaves an Easter egg in the first person to find the Easter egg gets to own the multi-billion-dollar VR system called. Wow, that's interesting. Huh. I guess I never heard the story before because it doesn't sound familiar, but I recognize the title. I've heard a lot about it. Alright, cool. Well, excuse me. I just want to make sure, is everybody ready? Are you guys good to go? We can still chill and hang out for a couple more minutes, or are you ready for me to start reading? It's all good. I'm in. I'm really hoping this goes cool, whatever. I hope you guys are interested, and if you're not, that's cool too. I gotta see how much I like doing this. This will be fun, whatever. It's something I've been wanting to do just to try it. This is a fun idea I thought would be cool. And then I remembered I actually saw somebody reading during a stream one time, and I was like, somebody's reading a book on a stream? That's pretty neat. Alright, cool. I would have probably preferred to get like background stuff that's actually more related to the content, but that would be different. So ready. I've been ready. I'm not trying to delay. I just want to make sure. I don't want to like get into it and then have to keep stopping. Whatever. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. Can't even put the cap on the bottle. I'm so nervous. Why the fuck won't it go on the bottle? This is a different bottle cap. I'm not actually that. I don't know why it won't fit on the bottle. What the fuck? No. Alright, fuck it. Stupid cat from hell. Alright, with his football costume. Alright, read the inner cover. Wags is ready with bits. Alright, so this is the description, alright? Inner panel cover thingamajibber. Stephen King began Roland Deschain's mid-world quest towards the Dark Tower in a series of short stories appearing first in the Magazine of Fantasy and Science Fiction in the late 70s, then as a limited edition Donald Grant novel entitled The Gunslinger. As the years unfolded, King returned repeatedly to Roland's Odyssey and the fascinated world through which it coursed, eventually completing the seventh and last novel of his magnum opus, The Dark Tower, in 2003. So The Dark Tower, the whole series is like named The Dark Tower with like little by titles or whatever, and then the final book was actually just called The Dark Tower. Put Tower from Police Academy as the... But now, Midworld has found a new home, where the power of Stephen King's imagination is joined by the visual splendor that only Marvel Comics can bring. Dark Tower, the Gunslinger Born, introduces Roland, a boy on the cusp of manhood in a world decaying at the edges, spinning in the grip of evil. Robin Firth, author of The Dark Tower, a concordance, and King's right hand in matters Midworld, brings his creative vision to comic book storytelling. Peter David, one of Marvel's most popular writers, cannily recreates King's idiosyncratic storytelling style and adapting the narrative and dialogue. Jay Lee and Richard Asimov are an art team working at the top of its game. Their vivid line work and color animate unforgettable images that capture the beauty, the grotesqueness, the humanity, and horror of the Dark Tower's landscape and cast of characters. And I know Jay Lee is a really good artist. He used to do a bunch of Image comic book stuff. Bringing the history of the Gunslinger into chronological order for the first time, the tale begins with the reckless act of courage that gains Roland his first set of guns and earns him and his friends Cuthbert and Elaine a mission to Hambry on behalf of the Affiliation, an alliance resisting the ruinous advance of the Good Man, a monster named John Farson. Meant to be a safe expedition, the mission becomes instead Roland's first experience of the evil forces he will encounter again and again in a myriad of guises. When he meets the beautiful Susan Delgado, he discovers the power of and pain of love. More than anything, he learns that things worth killing for. Crazy, I forgot about that. Yeah, the Susan Delgado story. We'll see what happens there. That shit's crazy. All right. And then this is a word from Ralph Macchio, which wasn't Ralph Macchio the Karate Kid. Like, did he become I don't know, unless he's got the same name as that dude. Of Midworld and Marvel. This was the great God Almighty steam shovel that young Stephen King got behind in 1970 when he penned the first volume of this now much heralded series of novels. During the intervening 3.5 decades, King crafted a 7-volume masterpiece that owes allegiance to no single literary genre. Yeah, so the entire Dark Tower series spans like every genre: action, western, sci-fi, romance, horror, like everything. Everything you can possibly think of, it's all throughout the entire series. It's really cool. It is first and foremost a great quest, a gunslinger's journey to reach the fabled Dark Tower at the center of existence before it collapses and chaos reigns. Its themes are legion. Its iconography is unique. There are elements of everything from heroic fantasy to the spaghetti westerns of Sergio Leone and the Dark Tower books. King was irresistibly drawn back time and time again to Roland Deschain's world that had moved on, as if he were in fact narrating the gunslinger's journey from Midworld to Endworld as it was being revealed to him rather than creating the saga from scratch. So real did Roland's universe become that many of King's other works contained allusions to the Dark Tower. I forgot about that. Yeah. Like everything Stephen King ever wrote, there's always something that was like linked somehow to the Dark Tower, which is crazy. And the author himself became a character in the latter books. I remember that. Like, I think in the final, I don't know. Stephen King actually was a character in the books, and he was in it a couple times in it. And when I first saw him put himself in his book, I was like, no. But it was done so damn well. I loved it. It was like he didn't want himself to be in the book. It was freaking really good. It was cool as hell. Let's see. Then, several years after completing the final volume, Stephen King and his people began negotiating with Marvel Comics to bring this incredibly valuable property here. The result of those highly productive talks with the hugely successful Dark Tower comics, which, in their first 7 issues, chronicled the early days of Roland Deschain and his quartet as they traveled from storied Gilead to the outlying town of Hambry, where Roland met the love of his life, Susan Delgado. It has been my considerable privilege to have edited those issues and watched as the Gunslinger's world transitioned from the printed page to their visual medium we call comics. The hardcover you're holding now is one of which I'm immensely proud. It contains the first all-important story arc of a larger undertaking, much of it called from the fourth book in a series, Wizard and Glass. Little about its creation has come easily. There were few guideposts to point us in the right direction. The creators went on instinct and talent, the best guides of all in the last analysis. If you've never experienced The Dark Tower, Stephen King's magnificent magnum opus, I envy you. Within these pages, you will embark on a similar journey to misty realms of the imagination that will both terrify and enchant you. Now, let the everyday world quietly slip away. We have a date in the desert, the apotheosis of all deserts, with the mysterious man in black, and he hates to be kept waiting. Well, man. The Dark Tower, the Gunslinger Born, Chapter 1. Chapter 1! There we go. We're out in the desert. See this now. See it well. A man dressed all in ebony, sprinting across a white, blinding, and waterless desert. He makes deep noises in his throat. Do you not hear them? Might be the ragged despair of a rabbit approaching its limits. Might be the chuckling of a fox planning to turn the tables on its hunter. Might be either or both, whatever pleases you. Can't say for sure. All I can say for sure is this. The man in black fled across the desert, and the gunslinger followed. If the gunslinger looks familiar to you, well, that's as may be. Echoes of him have been seen in tales spun across many other places, in many other ways. Just as stories of a great flood, for instance, cut across the consciousness of all mankind, so too does the gunslinger. He is iconic and legend and your best friend. Praise the man Jesus and your worst enemy. Your damnation or your salvation, and sometimes not even or, but and. Do you ken it? The only thing he shares with his quarry is that he is known by many names, if one such as he can be said to be known at all. The gunslinger is a creature of what you would call destiny, and he calls Ka. Ka is a wheel, its one purpose to churn, and in the end it always comes back to the place where it had started. The gunslinger's Ka churns toward an inevitable goal, a dark tower. But as the wheel churns, it also leads him back toward that which is long past. Friends, loved ones, a land once thriving, now dead, and Father whose face must never be forgotten. There is no more powerful summary of memories than smell. See the gunslinger now and his youth with the shades of young men who have little concept of their mortality. See him, see these very well. Smell the heady aroma of the tall grass and the clean air unbefouled by pollution, and say thank ye, sigh, for being given a view of the extinct realm of Gilead. At a time when the world was, if not new, although some call it New Earth, then at least not as old as it would become, and anything was possible, when a man's quest would begin with a boy's test. Roland Deschain, son of Stephen of the line of Eld, a warrior of the white, who even at this young age senses his Ka, his destiny, like a floating shroud. You do not aim with your hand. He who aims with his hand has forgotten the face of his father. You aim with your eye. You do not shoot with your hand. And then we got like a little description of one of his buddies. Cuthbert Allgood, son of Robert. His constant stream of jokes and kind nature hide deep complexity, and dark turns. You do not shoot with your hand. He who shoots with his hand has forgotten the face of his father. You shoot with your mind. Now I describe another one of his buddies. Elaine Johns, son of Christopher. Despite his dullish looks, he is clever and sensitive, and has psychic skills called the touch. Thomas Whitman and Jamie DeCurry of the marked face, and there are others whose names and fathers need not concern you for now. We follow their concern instead, and their concern is this man. His name is Court. His word is law. You do not kill with your gun. He who kills with his gun has forgotten the face of his father. You kill with your heart. Understand, maggots? More smells then. The smell of rain, strong in the air, and hedges growing green and sweet, and more ephemeral. The scent of challenge and expectation. Fools are the only folk on earth who can absolutely count on getting what they deserve. Show me you're not fools, maggots. Show me that you can matter not only the ways of war, but the ways of the hunt, or you'll get what you deserve. Count on it. So, Roland and his friends are being trained. They're being, oh no, that's cool, yeah, I figured as much. Roland and his friends, this is the first time Roland becomes a man. You know, like, they get tested when they're young, and if you fail the test, not only you do not become called a man or whatever, or a gunslinger, basically the same thing, sort of ish. You actually, I think they exile you. I think they kick you out. Or they kill you, I don't remember. It's one or the other. They either exile or kill you, I forget. We'll probably find out. Get ready, Elaine. We're ready. Ha! Fly, you white feathered bastards. And some doves are coming out to attack him, I guess, or they're fighting the doves, I'm not sure. Or birds. Vicious birds. See the speed of Roland's hand. Even then, first among equals, he has his hawk airborne while the others are still pulling off their birds' hoods. The hawks are more accurate, more than simply creatures, more than just birds. They're examples for the young would-be warriors. They hunt quickly, efficiently, dispassionately. They're killers by an instinct that needs no honing. Would that the students were that fortunate. So the students, they got all pecked up and stuff. And their hawks, a couple of them got beat down. You were slow, maggots. We cry your pardon, court. It's just that. And then they just get bitch slapped by this big dude who's their teacher. Speak the high speech. Speak your act of contrition in the speech of civilization, for which better men than you will ever be have died, maggots. We grieve, we have forgotten the face of our fathers, whose guns we hope someday to bear. That's right, brats. You'll consider what you did wrong, and sharpen your reflections with hunger. No supper, no breakfast. Problem, son of Stephen? You think me too harsh on your fellow maggots? Anxious to express your displeasure like a man? Mayhap. Then there's hope for you. When you think you can, you come for me, maggot. Come to me as our tradition demands. Fight me and leave as a gunslinger, or as an exile. And there you go. And follow the example of your hawk. When you do, remember, hawks are God's gunslingers. We're not privy to Roland's inner mind, and for that we thank ye. We say thank ye, since it would likely frighten the piss out of you. But surely the book of falconry he's carrying shows that court's words prey on his thoughts. And now, if it please you, or even if it don't, I pause to introduce Martin. May you not look too long or too hard. Martin Broadcloak, the wizard and chief advisor to Roland's father, Stephen. Stephen is a great man, leader of the gunslingers, and on the verge of becoming Din of Gilead. But all men have weaknesses, and Martin Broadcloak is Stephen's, which Roland is about to learn. You, boy. Come in. Come in, don't stand in the hall. Your mother wants to speak to you. Gabriel, you wondered what your son was up to of late. Wonder no more. What? Martin, are you mad too? She's, so we come upon Roland's mother, who's naked, and the wizard, whatever dude, the guy, Roland's father's, what did they call it? His aide or whatever. The wizard and chief advisor to Roland's father is fucking his mom. That's what's happening, and Roland's finding that out now. So we see his mom naked, not like fully naked, you know, comic book naked, whatever. I cry your pardon, Roland. I haven't seen much of you lately. And Roland has seen far too much of his mother. Her nakedness and the love bite upon her neck. Certainly not courtesy of her right husband. Set your watch and warrant on it. Are you well? Ro, your studies go well? Is court pleased? I'm trying. And David, your hawk? Past his prime. Roland's going to be a great fighter like his father someday, aren't you, boy? Yes, and sooner than you think. Best of luck, then, in finding your hand. Roland, Ro, I cry your pardon, his mom screams out, and then Martin bitch slaps her. And I don't no idea why. I'll give you reason to cry, he says. What a dickbag. Jeez, man, it's crazy. Bad times are coming on horseback. Yes, they are. I couldn't tell you whether Roland knows that. When he's kicking down Court's door, he's doing exactly what Martin wants him to. Or can it, but just don't give a damn. Court! Roland busts down Court's door. Court! I want you, bondsman! You are early, Puler. 2 years early at the very best, I should judge. Teach me no more, bondsman. Today I teach you. It's too bad. You have been a most promising pupil, the best in 24 years. It will be sad to see you broken and set on a blind path. This is a waste. The penalty for over-eagerness is the same as the penalty for unworthiness. Can you not wait? I blame you not. You're seeking to follow your father's example, challenging me at so young an age, seeking the right to wield guns. But Stephen Deshane is Lord of Gilead, and twice the man you are. So why not wait half again as long? Well? No reply? Very well, if you say so, let it be so. 1 hour and the weapon of your choice. You will bring your stick? I always have. What weapon do you choose? That is my business. Wise enough to begin. You realize you will in all probability never see your father, your mother, or your babies again. I know what exile means. Go now and meditate on your father's face. Much good will it do you. Then say John Farson plays polo with human heads. Oh, they say. My bad. They say John Farson plays polo with human heads. Okay, so we're on the scene with Roland's friends. Who cares, Elaine? Farson stands against the affiliation, but my father will cut him down to size. Think that if it pleases you to do so, Bert. But the fact is my father will get to him first, and there won't be enough to... Roland? What ails you? Nothing. You don't seem your old self. I am, for now, at least. For now? Could you be any more cryptic about... And now he's do a little side thing. Remember how I spoke of Elaine having the touch? It serves him now, as an image of moments ago leaped at him like a crazed bumbler. So, Roland's friend, he does have the touch, as they call it, and he's telepathic, but he can read minds and shit. So he sees a vision of what Roland did with Court. You challenge Court? Art thou mad? Very much so. Ha! David! David is his hawk. He talks with his hawk as if palavering with a man, almost non-stop for the next hour, even onto the field of combat. So we're on the field now. Roland's preparing to actually face Court. I think you die today. I think you will be made a sacrifice, like all those little birds we trained you on. Do you remember? No? Doesn't matter. After today, I am the hawk, and each year on this day, I'll shoot the sky in your memory. He's telling his hawk he's going to use him, and he's going to let him... The hawk is going to have to die for the battle. A noble goal, Roland, considering mostly you excel in shooting off your mouth. Your weapon, stupid. You forgot your weapon. I have it. Has Court come? Court is here. Have you come for a serious purpose, boy? I have come for a serious purpose. Have you come as an outcast from your father's house? I have so come, and will remain so unless I best you. Have you come with your chosen weapon? I have. What is your weapon? My weapon is David. Huh. Last chance to cry off, boy. Last chance to surrender, old man. So then, have you at me, boy? In whose name? In the name of my father, Stephen Deshane of the line of Eld. Come then, you poor damned thing. Court's advantage is that when it comes to combat, he knows everything that's ever been. That's his strength, but also his weakness. Knowing what's been doesn't mean a thing if something new is coming. You can tell that, even with Roland having announced right in front of him what his weapon is, Court still doesn't fully ken it. When Roland launches David like a silent bullet, then Court understands. But cry too late? Too late. At him, David! Ah! Oh, you little fool! And the hawk, David, Roland's hawk, tears out Court's eye. Almost. Doesn't actually like grab the eye and pull it out, but he's like scratches the living crap out of his eye. It's awesome. Ha! Roland! First blood! His friends cheering him on. First blood to my bosom! I don't know what the hell that means. That for your damned bird! I think now they're wrestling Court. Court's a really big dude. He's like almost 3 times the size of Roland. He's a really big guy. Should have cried off, boy. How will you see your father's face with no eyes? And Court digs into Roland's eyes with his thumbs. Hi, David! Calls for his hawk. Kill! David attacks Court. David is all over Court, thrashing his face. You're a first trim hawk, but you're done. Court grabs the hawk and just like rips a wing off. Blood and thunder, damned thing took my ear. I'll take the rest unless you yield. Yeah, never! And then Roland bashes him. This is a little bit hard to read comic book style. They're fighting it off. Roland kicks his butt a little bit and tells him yield or die. His breath is ragged and his mouth sounds filled with wet cotton. He waits. It seems Gilead in its entirety cocks its ears to hear Court's words. Court looks up at him. Roland is standing down over him with a spear. I yield, Gunslinger. I yield, smiling. You have this day remembered the face of your father and all those who came before him. What a wonder you have done. The key, my birthright, teacher. The key to the vault where hang the apprentice weapons that I've earned, that I now, by law, must wear. Is your need so fearsome, then, so pressing? Aye, I feared so. The hawk was a fine weapon. How long did it take you to train him? I never trained David. I friended him. The key. Under my belt. I teach you no more, Gunslinger. You have surpassed me and 2 years younger than your father, who was the youngest. But let me counsel. Wait! For what? Let the word and the legend go before you. There are those who will carry both. Fools, perchance. Given time, words may ever enchant an enchanter. Do you take my meaning, Gunslinger? Yes, I think I do. And later, after I bury my hawk, I will go into Lower Town to inform those in the brothels that will wonder about you. Perhaps I will comfort 1 or 2. Take him to his house and bring a nurse. No, 2 nurses. And Bert? Yes, Roland? Do you need anything? Aye, I need help burying my hawk. See him now in the armory, the air thick with tradition. His father's large guns with the sandalwood grips are not to be his, not yet. For now, he will settle for the nickel-plated guns of a first-year gunslinger. He caresses it as he would a woman, save with more love. Roland, I cry your pardon if you'd still rather not say, but now that 'tis all said and done, why did I do it? Aye, it's complicated. Now we're looking at Roland's mother and Merlin again. Martin. Roland, you're holding... Are those... It seems your little boy is all grown up into a gunslinger, Gabriel. I must confess, I'm surprised. Because you thought I would fail and be exiled. That was your plan all along. Ro, don't say that. Martin would never. Save your breath, my dear. He's as thick-headed as his father. And then Roland's buddy is with them, and they're all here together. He's like, apparently not so complicated, eh? You say true. Had I been you, I'd have killed Martin right there. But I suppose I'm not you. I'm not a gunslinger. Does it cause you to see things differently? Is that why you spared him? I didn't spare him. I simply didn't kill him. Yet. As Cord always said, run without consideration and fall in a hole. So what else do you consider doing then, if not murder? Oh, something. David had come to the clearing at the end of his path. As for Roland, his path is just beginning. I love that saying, come to the clearing at the end of his path, that you die. That's like their saying for someone who dies. It's pretty poetic. I'm not sure what this scene is. Oh, Roland, this is, okay, so now we're at a new scene. Roland has had sex for the first time, apparently, after becoming a gunslinger, lying in bed. See now where it leads Roland to the place where he had jested, to the defeated court he would go, to a bod's bed. Perhaps his reasons that only a man may kill another man, and to be truly a man, one must learn to wield all weapons of manhood, including the weapon that God gives men at birth. Or, perhaps he was just curious, or needed to transform his fury into passion, lest rage overwhelm him. For whatever reason, the deed was done. Sorry. As you see, and now he sleeps like the dead. There's a man in the shadows looking in on him. So that he may well be joining their ranks. A man walks in on him, walking in the door, and he sees though Roland's awake, and he's getting up out of bed. "Oh, you bastard, you!" Grabs his gun. In the darkness, he brings the gun around, but the sound of a fired bullet explodes in the room, and half a heartbeat later, the training weapon explodes as well, shot to pieces right out of Roland's hand. He gasps in shock, but the shock is nothing to the next words he hears. "You have forgotten the face of your father." Powerful words, those. They speak of shame. They speak of having behaved dishonorably. And when these words are uttered by one's own father, emerging from his own face, well, what else can one say, save that the words say true, and we say thank you, Sai. So Roland's father came into the room in the night in the shadows and was creeping up on him. Roland pulled out his gun to defend himself against his father, and his father shot his gun and made it explode, which is pretty freaking crazy. I'm gonna take a drinking break real fast. That was the end of chapter 1. Pretty cool stuff. Hi, Buzzy. Alright, cool. Moving on to chapter 2. I had to take a drinking break. That was cool stuff. Alright. So next scene, we're still with there's the same, it's basically, chapter 2 continues directly from when his father shot the gun out of his hand. When the gun, he didn't just shoot it out of his hand, the gun like shattered. The way that's drawn is really cool. Shattered to pieces. Pity Roland, rudely roused from his life's last good sleep, newly educated in the mysteries of sex by an accommodating whore, is now staring into the cold, condemning eyes of his father, whom he believed was out in the west, in Crescia, pursuing the evil of Farson. Credit the whore, she's a fiery one, exploding in outrage over the intrusion into her crib. Here, you can't just be coming in like that, so you can't. Why, if I was to raise my voice... Now, Stephen, he don't have to raise his voice. He raises his gun. At which point the whore departs her bed and our tale. I'll warrant Roland wishes he had that option. I do. I've known since you toddled that you were no genius, Roland, but I never believed until yestereve that you were an idiot. To let them drive you like a cow in a chute. Gods! You have forgotten the face of your father. Say it! Shoot me, if you will. Roland rolled over and pulled out another gun to point at his father, because he's, pissed off. That's the gunslinger way. Shoot me, if you will. Why not? Make this abortion complete. Ah, gods, I'd welcome it. Father, I was tested yesterday. I took court stick. I won. I'm a man. You're a fool. You're a 14-year-old fool, and that's the worst, most desperate kind. They were together, your wife and your minister, your magician. I saw the mark of his mouth on her neck, on my mother's neck. Today I end his treacherous seducer's life with this, and if you aren't man enough to help me, at least you can stand aside and let me. I have known for 2 years. About mother? And I was strong in what I said, and I apologize. You did not forget my face, Roland. But still, you were foolish. It's only by the grace of the gods and the working of Ka that you have not been sent west, one more true gunslinger out of Martin's and John Farson's road. If I had lost you, Roland, I should have died. You cannot go back to the palace. You'd be dead by nightfall. You have been born to your destiny in spite of all. Yet Martin has sworn to kill you before you can grow to plague him. You must leave Gilead anyway, for only a while though, and you'll go east instead of west. I'd not send you alone either, or without a purpose. Roland listens to his father's plans, but you can bet whatever you have in your pockets that he still boils with anger at the man who is the enemy of himself, of his father, of all. Martin Broadcloak. And then the scene switches from Roland and his father to Martin in his like weird realm. He's basically a freaking demon. Basically. He's in human form. He goes around acting like the advisor to people, but he's a bad guy, and I don't know. It's a really weird story, and I never really got to know everything, or I just forget. But he's awesome though. He's a really good villain. And this is a fantasy world. Like this is there's reality, there's real world stuff, and there's also lots of fantasy, magic, and all that kind of stuff. Martin Broadcloak, squatting spider-like in a private chamber stuffed with everything from poisons to a deformed human fetus. He is all that is evil and more besides. He's squatting next to a human fetus. A deformed one. But Martin is not his only name. He also goes by many names, many appearances. He is Walter O'Dim, the Man in Black. Some even claim that he is John Farsom himself, the enemy of the Alliance. Whether that be true or not, Martin is certainly one black-hearted son of a bitch. As far from the sun as dark can be, and far from the Son of Man, surpassed only by the devil himself, and the devil himself is who Martin is communing with now, through a rough and jagged piece of smoky quartz. The devil likewise has many names. You probably ken him, maybe having screamed him while wrestling with a nightmare, only to have him quickly, mercifully fade as the dream dissolves. If you dare it, see now what your waking mind's protecting you from. Lacasse Roy Roos. I don't know how to pronounce this. Lacasse Roy Roos, perched like so many blood stalagmites in the end world, festooned with remains of foolish and tragic bastards, unfortunate enough to fall to the non-existent mercies of the castle's overlord, the Antichrist, the Lord of Spiders. All hail the Crimson King. Try to ignore, if you can, the disgusting rending and tearing and slurpy noises of his dinner. Notice instead the 6 spears surrounding him. 6 seeing spears. They are 6 of 13, known collectively as Merlin's Rainbow. Closest to him, always closest, is the ebony spear called Black 13. It's Black 13, black as the heart of the man using it to palaver with the Crimson King, that now attracts the creature's attention. Greetings, King. The latest news from the beginning of the end herewith. Stephen Deshane has been observed returning to Gilead. This poses no concern. However, plans to slaughter the Gunslinger and smash the affiliation brew in the Shaved Mountains. And as he requested, the pink spear of thy rainbow is being delivered to its intended user. I'm doing the voice differently. I messed up, but I don't remember the damn voice I was doing for fucking Martin. All is... The Crimson King speaks. As a direct result, somewhere a slumbering, dreaming infant shudders and dies in its crib. It's fucking crazy. It's so cool. Not all. The boy, Roland. He is exiled, or better still, dead. He's asking this. Not quite. Against all odds, he triumphed in his own challenge. He triumphed in his challenge. He is now a gunslinger. You endeavor to thwart prophecy and instead hasten it. I am displeased, Walter O'Dim. Displease me again on this score, at your peril. End Roland, lest he, as foretold, ends us. So the Crimson King, Satan, it's been foretold that Roland will destroy him. That's all of them, all evil, I guess. That's crazy. I cry your pardon, Highness, and swear that long days... Oh, wait. Who's somebody? Oh, alright, so back to the real world. We were in like a demonic like thing or whatever. But he was speaking through, telepathy-ish kind of demon wizardry stuff, and now we're back in the real world behind Walter as he's speaking, I guess. Long days and pleasant nights, wizard. Or perhaps in your case, the greeting should be short days and unpleasant nights. You slumgullion. How dare you? Upon whose authority do you burst into my rooms unannounced and unwelcome? Upon the authority of Stephen Deshane of the House of Eld, as well you can guess. And how dare you display indignation, traitor? A traitor, you say? Aye, we say as does the formal warrant for your arrest. We have been appointed to carry out that arrest, you dog. So there's 3 cops that came for Martin here. when he was discussing, having a discussion with Satan. They popped in behind him and they were like, "Hey, fucker." "As you say, O loyal guardsman, so it be." Waves his hand. He just does a gesture with his hand, these guys who have guns on them. And he turns all their heads, and he turns them all into dogs. He turns all the cops into dogs. Gesture of his hand, poof, dogs. These dudes got turned into dogs. "Away with you, curs. Go mate with a billy bumbler." And he kicks the dogs out of his room. "Fools. As if such as they could hold one who needs naught but a crystal and a piece of chalk to go where he will. And I will go far." He takes a piece of chalk, draws a door into a wall. "Farewell, Gilead, and burn in hell, for burn you shall. And by all the pestilent gods, it will be my hand holding the match." And so, Martin, for the time being, departs our tale, although his presence will still be felt. For the nonce, let us turn instead to the outskirts of Gilead, where shortly after the sun has gone down for another day, Roland, along with his friends Cuthbert and Elaine, are gathering to receive their mission and their blessings from their respective fathers. "Cuthbert, what the hell is that around your neck? Looks like a rook's skull." "Right enough," sighed Deshane. "I call him Lookout. He's my best friend aside from Roland and Elaine." So he's wearing a rook's skull around his neck and he calls him Lookout. It's pretty funny. I like this guy. "Robert, your son is unique." "Thank God for that, Stephen. If there were more than one of him, I'd like to shoot them both." "Speaking of shooting, you boys best hide your guns in your bedrolls. Few enough in Midworld carry such things these days. You don't want to be giving clues to who you are. So hide your guns, don't let people know you're gunslingers." No gameplay? / report. Hi, Tetsuo's reading a book, reading a graphic novel. About, well, not halfway, but third, I don't know. We're on chapter 2 right now, man. Hope you're having a good night, good day. Great to see you, man. I'm going to continue. I'll do a real quick recap, like where we're at, sort of ish. Roland is a kid, and he's got other friends who are also young. They're young men, and at a young age, he become a gunslinger. At too young, like 14 years old, he became a gunslinger, and I think 18. You're sexy and you know it. Thank you for the resub. Oh my gosh, 4 months. Thank you, Tetsuos. Thank you very much, man. You're sexy and you know it. Well, that's funny, man. So the youngest before Roland was 16 years old, and the youngest was his own father. The normal age, I believe, is 18 when they're supposed to become a gunslinger and stuff. But Roland was kind of pushed by evil ways and influenced to lose, basically. He was influenced to go get himself killed, and he didn't. He won, and so now he's the youngest gunslinger ever. And then we also find out that there's a prophecy that this kid, Roland, if they allow it and they don't kill him first, he's prophesied to take down Satan. Which is pretty crazy. So now they weren't able to kill Roland yet at a young age, and they're gonna keep trying. The fathers, especially Steve, gets the fathers of the friends together, and they're gonna send them off on a mission away from Gilead, where they know that these kids would be, so that they could come hunt them down, stuff like that. It's weird, hard to explain. I did my best explaining that, and that wasn't even all like really told in this book so far. But thank you for coming, man. I hope you want to hang out and join for the rest of the reading that I will be doing here. All right. Memorize your new names from these faked identity papers. Don't be calling each other by your real names, lest you're sure you're alone. Remember, while you're in Hambry, your apprentices drovers looking to buy horses for the affiliation. So that's their cover. Is they're just going to this town to check it out and buy horses from them, basically. But really, you're our eyes and ears on their Horsemen's Association to determine if any of them are, as we suspect, following Farson. And Farson is known as the Good Man. That's his nickname, and he's a really, really, really bad guy. Scowl not, Roland. This is no mere busy work. We truly do need horses for our battle against Farson. Your best bet is Pat Delgado, a drover for the barony of Mejus. Also, see if, as rumored, they're refining oil for Farson's use in powering weapons of the Great Old Ones. If so, we'll secure or destroy the fields. These carrier pigeons will enable to keep up on your progress. Keep us up on your progress. Remember, Roland, keep your emotions in check. Don't make the mistakes of putting your heart near your hand, lest it betray both. Do you ken it? Ken it very well, sire. One last thing, my son. Our spies claim that one of Maryland's spears, the pink one they call grapefruit, is on its way east. Farson craves it. If you find it, send word, but do not try to use this grapefruit. Understood? Yes, father, and I swear I shall never forget your face. I should think not, lest my boot in your backside jog your memory. As Robert and Cuthbert say their farewells, Roland sees her, hid in the shadows, his mother. His lady mother come to see him off, and he murmurs just loudly enough for her to hear. My father's face I shall always remember. Yours I shall strive to forget. It's fucked up, because he doesn't know, like, his mom was kind of under a curse or a spell, kind of, not exactly, but she was really influenced by, you know, Martin's evil ways and magic and whatever bullshit. Choked with emotion, Gabriel does not speak. Dead of emotion, Roland does not care. He's pretty pissed off that his mom cheated on his dad and stuff. Alright, so now we're at another scene, completely different scene. They head here toward Hambry. No clue just how stacked the decks may be against them. Now we got some new characters. Looks like I win again. Seems to me, Clay Reynolds, you've been doing an unaccountable lot of that. What can I say except I'm the best watch me player in the territory? You could say that. Now me, I could say something else. I could say you're nothing but a goddamn cheat. I didn't want to say that, but it, you know, I was read it and just kind of whatever, man. I could have just said damn. How about whatever? Oh, could you? I surely could. So we're looking at some cards. He called him a cheat, and then we see blood all over the cards. This guy just straight up killed him for cheating at cards. How about now? Could you try saying it now? Oh, so the guy who called him a cheater is the one that got killed. Dude straight up called him a cheater, and he was like, oh, you called me a cheat, huh? And he just shot him in the face or something. Reynolds, did I just hear a shot in here? I expect you did, Jonas. Did you kill a man? Well, I sure hope so. If I couldn't kill him from point-blank range, it ain't gonna help my reputation none. The big coffin hunters have more to be concerned about than your thrice-damned reputation. He said I was cheating. I don't give two craps if he said you was cheating with his wife, which knowing you probably were. Don't be wasting ammo on those who ain't worth it, savvy? Sounds to me, Jonas, like you're letting that tin star on your chest go to your head. We meet another new big villain, Jonas. Maybe. Here's two more for you and the Pape over there. Throws them each badge, sheriff badge. I told the sheriff deputizing me weren't enough. I need Roy DePape and Clay Reynolds backing me as Mayor Thorin's new security service. Awful good of you there, Jonas. Shiny. Bet it'll impress the ladies. Start thinking with the gun in your leather, Reynolds, and not the one in your drawers. Now come along, we got ourselves a little delivery to make to Rhea. Rhea is a person, or Rhea. I think it's Rhea. The witch? Woman of the coos? What we got that old bat needs? Farson's toy. She's to hold it till the good man himself comes to claim it. Here, retard, clean this mess up before Coral Thorn gets back. We don't need the mayor's sister crabbing about the big coffin hunters leaving god-awful messes behind in her place. So the here retard, there's a mentally handicapped young person that he hands this whatever to. And they're talking about the dead body that they just shot over, calling him a cheat. Now we move to a new scene. I believe this is Roland and his group traveling, I think. We'll see what happens. It's a new scene again. I realize I ain't told you about Quartet. Yes. Quartet, no. I cry pardon, and we'll set that alright. Quartet means one from many, but more than that. It's a group of people bound by fate, by Ka, heading toward the same goal, and like as not, the same end. Together until death has the final word, as it always does. See now Roland and his quartet of Cuthbert and Elaine on the road to Ka, which also happens to be the road to Hambry. Even quartets get hungry, and the beaten down inn ahead looks as good as a place as any to reign up. See those tethered horses? Mutants, not threaded like ours. Let's take care not to appear as rich boys from the city. We don't need to borrow trouble earlier than necessary. Bert, what are you doing with that fool's skull? What? Look out. He's coming along. We need all the help we can get. The inside looks worse than the outside. Some men are busy taunting an old weed eater, a poor broken down bastard hooked on chaw. Seeing a potential source of news about the area, Roland offers to buy the weed eater some food, and is stunned to hear when the old man says, I took you to be a gunslinger, boy, but pardon my foolish error. You're clearly too young. Must be that weed talking. See, I was apprentice once. I was... It's hard on my throat to do that. I try to do it, but it's hard. You? An apprentice? Gunslinger? Set my watch and warrant on it, but I failed my test against Fardo. Got sent west in disgrace. Then how'd you wind up here? On the borderlands between baronies? Can't rightly recollect. We'll do that to you. Do you recollect anything about Farson, perhaps? It's just, we like to avoid trouble on the road, and we've heard rumors. Rumors ain't squat next to the truth. Farson's taken the west, and the east is full of rot. Whole territory's gone to hell since Pat Delgado got himself killed. By Hambry's new deputies is the whisper. Damned pity. That always stopped by his inn. No, excuse me. Let me get a drink. Alright. Am I back? Okay, I'm back. Alright, damned pity that. Always stopped by this inn during his travels, did Pat. Treated me decent, yep, damned pity. If he treated you well, we can do no less. Here, Si, buy food, weed, whatever helps. Gives him some money for the information. Delgado's dead, damnation. We're not even there, and already our mission is crippled. Things can only improve. You believe that? Not really, no. Another scene we move on to. Looks like a graveyard. It's kind of hard to tell. It's interesting artwork. Beautiful stuff. Beneath the kissing moon, the newly deputized big coffin hunters visibly shudder in the presence of a foul-smelling old woman with sagging teats and a barren desert in the place where her ancient bull eggs came together. Say, believe it or don't, such is her excitement over the sack that Eldred Jonas hands her that she feels a strange heat and unaccustomed moisture in that barren creek. This thing he brought her made her wet. This old lady. Really old, disgusting, horrible old lady. I just know her as disgusting old lady crazy stuff, but you don't actually see her yet like that. Between her cackling, she mutters insincere thanks, to which Jonas simply replies, "Use that and you'll lose your head." "Never fear me, my good friend." Good friend. Oh, wait, no, we're still the old lady, my bad. Good friend. Men strutting foolish creatures, the lot of them. Oh, it's beautiful, as I was sure it would be. Even through the bag that they hid you, I felt your glam so beautiful. And singing in the distance. There's a song, I'm not going to try to sing it. A girl singing, Farson's balls, the little virgin bitch is early. Singing, alright. Stop your howling, missy. Damn it. It catches in my brains like a fish hook. I'm gonna have to do this normal, I think. I'm just making my throat go crazy. And here you are. Yes, here I am. Early, I know. I ran part way. So this girl was singing through while she was heading to the old lady's place. Here I am. Early, I know. I ran part way. The moon got into my blood. I suppose that's what my dad would have said. Aye, but dead he is, your dad, Pat Delgado, leaving you, his little Susan, to others' whims. So let our business be quick and be done. Have you brought me something, missy? You have, I'll warrant. Susan does her best to hold down her revulsion at the ancient crone, as she hands her a bag of coins given her by her Aunt Cordelia. The fire needs building up, missy. Go round to the side of the house and bring back an armload of wood. Good-sized sticks are what I'd want. Or what's wanted. And never mind whining, you can't lug 'em. You're of strapping good size, so you are. While Susan does as ordered, Rhea gives one last gaze into Marilyn's grapefruit as she prepares to hide it. But then, so she's seeing this. The grapefruit it's like an orb. It's a spear that you could. It's an evil spear. It's a sphere, and she's looking into the sphere, and she sees Roland and his group. Oh, my lovely one. Oh, you live, so you do. But why show me Jonas and his group of... Wait, no, these are younger, even younger than DePape. One has a bird skull around his neck. Strange, but true. And that one, the easy way he sits on his horse, the aura of death about him. Mayhap a gunslinger, come east from the inner baronies, aye, perhaps from Gilead itself. If only I could see better. Closer, lovey, closer still. You're not one of the old people. Your face is none of that look, but you're not one of the outer arc either. Who are you? Cully? Who? So she's still looking into the orb, and Susan Delgado, who's here visiting her, sees the old lady looking into the orb and stuff. Took you long enough, missy. Alright, mistress. Let's do our business and have it done. Do you know why you're here? I am here at Mayor Thorne's wish. His wife has come barren to the end of her courses. He wishes to have a son before he is also unable to... Pish tush, spare me. He wants tits and arse that don't squish in his hands, and a box that'll grip what he pushes. If he's man enough to push it, that is. The old lady pulls the girl's robe off. I don't know why she's only wearing a robe or whatever. Lowers her clothes to reveal breasts and whatever. She's making this girl feel like useless and like shit and stuff like that. I'm to make sure that you're physically and spiritually intact, missy. Proving honesty is what the ones called it. Step to me. If a devil or demon has polluted your spirit, such a thing as might taint the child you'll likely bear. It leaves a mark behind. Good. Let's check lower. Yeah, so she's checking her out, but she's an evil old lady. She's gross. Caulked tight, you are. Good as ever was, but Thorin will see to that, so he will. Here, my mark to sigil your honesty. Tell Thorin he's not to have you in his bed until Demon Moon rises full in the sky. 3 months from now, not until Fair Night. Tell him so. I will. Our business is done then? Well, mayhap there's one small thing. Gaze upon this medallion, sweet virgin, and sleep. Susan, daughter of Patrick, listen to me well, and remember in the deep cave where your waking mind never goes. Remember. Aye, there's something you'll do after he takes your virginity. You'll do it right away, without even thinking about it. Now listen to me, Susan, daughter of Patrick, and hear me very well. Pity Susan as she runs from the witch. As she runs from the witch woman's hovel. So she hypnotized her and then gave her a command. Da, oh God, Da, why did you have to go and die? The life crushed from you by your own horse, so they say. And then what they say about me. I see the way the women look at me, scowling, disapproving. The mayor's gilly, the mayor's concubine, the mayor's whore. She's crying while running through the forest, running back home. For protection and money and that evil crutched creature running her hands over me. Da, oh Da, would that I had the strength to take my life right now, to join you in the clearing at the end of the path. If I cannot come to you, then find a way to protect me. Help. And then Roland on his horse finds her. Me. She looks up and sees Roland, and she finishes her sentence, help me, with a question mark. And there's Roland. Finds her in the, wherever forest, whatever place they're at and stuff. And that's the end of chapter 2. So that was a little bit more difficult to read. There were some things in chapter 2 that was, a little bit harder to read. I'm gonna take another, water break. Pretty cool, though. And I try to do the voices, but my throat, like, as I'm doing the voices, my throat already is like... Which really sucks and is really weird. I used to do voices all the time. I don't know what's wrong with my throat now. Alright, give me a sec. Oh. Alright. Oh, whoops. Why is this not working? Oh, my lag. Oh, major PC lag. Jeez. Okay. Here we go. We'll continue. Chapter 3. Hopefully this will be a bit as easier to read. It is a comic book, though, so there's a lot of, you know, comic book stuff to... that I can't just read out to you. That's why I was thinking about reading the actual books, like going and reading the books, but I don't know. I just wanted to read this instead. Alright. Chapter 3. Here we go. So we're continuing from where Roland found Susan in the forest crying after she just got probed and prodded by old lady evil. So Susan has she's being forced to have sex with the mayor of the town that Roland and his crew have come in on. And as that's what the old lady was telling her, you got to tell him he can't have sex with you until so and so date and time and whatever. So it's like a sort of consensual, but she's being made by her parents. This is, you know, it's one of those things. Do you feel it in the air? That crackling, that sense of urgency, all mixed in with a distant familiarity. That's how it always is when star-crossed lovers first lock eyes, and they are like stars. They really are. Burning hot and bright, and then flaring out. For all I know, they may even be the same ones, do you ken it? The same souls, always meeting, always hoping to beat the long odds, and always failing. Stars long dead still give us their light, you know? That's what men who are far smarter than us say, anyways. The stars are long gone, but we can still see their glow long after they've skidded off into oblivion. See these two stars well, see them now, knowing that they too are oblivion bound and unable to look away at the same time, just as you gaze upon those dead stars and admire their beauty. Good evening, lady. May your days be long upon the earth, and may you have twice the number. It's like saying hi and hi. It's like a regular greeting thing. Will Dearborn of New Cannon at your service. Will Dearborn is the fake name for Roland. Susan Delgado of Hambry at yours. Thank you, Susan Delgado. We're well met, I hope. I didn't mean to startle you. You did a little. Yes, I thought I had. I'm sorry. Nay, you need not apologize. These are tense times, and that is not of your making. Farson's thugs are everywhere. That is why I take precautions to give attackers a worthy battle. And she pulls out a little sharp object in front of his face to show that she's, you know, willing to defend herself. With all respect, lady, your spirit is daunting, but your blade, well, less so. Do you return to Hambry? Aye, it's close now. It's late, you're alone, and I think we may as well pass on together. What brings you to our little bit of midworld, if you don't mind me asking? I've come with two of my friends, Mr. Richard Stockton and Mr. Arthur Heath. We're here at the order of the affiliation, and have come as counters. Counters of what? Of anything and everything that may aid the affiliation in the coming years. Horses are the most important. Patrick Delgado was the man we were to see in that regard. Any relation, Cy Delgado? Aye, my dad. I'm sorry to hear he's come to the clearing at the end of the path, Susan. Thank ye. And sorry I am as well that I cannot help thee with thy need for horses. My dad's property, which he'd gladly have provided the enemies of Farson, is not mine to give, since only some in Hanbury can inherit their father's fortunes. So to your name you have... not save my name and my memories. So I guess it's I mean, I don't know, I'm guessing like if she was a boy she would have inherited the father's stuff when he died, but since she's a girl she did not inherit it. They walk in uneasy silence for a time, and then a skeletal forest of gantries catches Roland's eyes. What do you call that place yonder? The oil patch? Sicko. Some of the derricks still pump? Aye. And no way to stop them, not that anyone still knows. Are there oil-fired machines still working in New Cannon? And do you have the alchemy to change the oil to the stuff your machines can use? It's called refinery rather than alchemy. And no, we haven't that many machines, although... That noise! Like the warble of a siren being churned by a man without much longer to live. What in God's name is that? It's a thinny in Eyebolt Canyon. Have you never heard of such? Heard of, yes, but never heard until now. Gods, how do you stand it? It sounds alive. Have you ever seen the thinny? Aye, once or twice from above. It's ugly, like a slow-burning peat fire in a swamp full of scummy green water. They say it's growing, but it won't escape Eyebolt Canyon in your time or mine. Eventually, far too soon for either of them, they reach their destination. Tomorrow we ride into town and present our compliments to my Lord Mayor, Hart Thorin, and also to the Honorable Kimbo Reimer, Thorin's Chancellor. Will Dearborn. If you see me at the seafront, the mayor's house, if you'd be my friend, see me for the first time, as I'd see you. Why? Are you promised in marriage? I'd as soon not answer. My position is a delicate one just now. Besides, it's late. Here's where we part, Will. We were well met, weren't we? The kiss was brief, but not satisfactory. Wait, no, my bad. Chris was brief, but not sisterly. That's pretty cool. They fell in love. Like, they instantly fell in love. That's pretty awesome. Very well met. I guess I'm tired now. Very well met, Will. Go your course in peace. And you yours. I look forward to meeting you for the first time. Oh, wow. New scene? Super Crave, all kinds of wards. I guess it's at a battle scene. That's right. We're at a battle scene now. You've seen people talking about Farson and worrying about Farson, and you may be wondering if maybe, just maybe, worries are overblown, as sometimes they can be. Best then to gaze upon Farson, looking over the burned, looted, and plundered wreckage of Indri, the barony seat of Kresha, smell the air, so acrid with smoke that it'll make your eyes water. But not Farson's eyes, no. Someone give me odds and distance. Come on, you gutless slugs. Provide me some goddamned incentive. How far do you think I can knock it? He's holding a head and he's telling them, like, he's saying, how far you guys think I can knock this head? 10 feet, 2-to-1 odds. Sounds about right. I'm thinking 15 feet, 3-to-2. Your lack of confidence is nice sickening. 20 feet at 5-to-1. Got you covered, Farson. Level eye, then shoulders square, and yeah. Launches the head. The flight of his sword makes a hideous splutch as it sends the head flying. 22 feet away it strikes, rebounding off a cliffside, just in case you're making your own bets on the side. And then, right out of the blood left behind by the poor bastard's head, a door starts to open. A door we recognize right enough. It's the chalk. Chalk just kind of starts appearing on a wall. Created through the magics of one we'd hoped we'd never look upon again. Ho, Martin of the many names. Ho, wizard in black. And speaking of black, where is that damned oil you promised me? Let us talk of that and other important matters. Need another drink. War is a game. Only thing that separates it from the less harmless type like cards or board games is the stakes. There's all kinds of games. Let the games begin now at Mayor Thorin's house. A game that'll be starting in an oh-so-polite dinner gathering and will certainly be played out through all of Hambry. Here come the players now. Roland, Cuthbert, and Elaine. Or maybe they're the pieces. Sometimes it's hard to tell who's the mover and who's the moved. Do we knock or just open and march in? Cuthbert's question becomes moot as the residents come spilling out to greet them, basking in the warmth of the sea breeze air. Good even, sirs. I'm Mayor Thorin. This here is Sheriff Avery and his deputy, Eldred Jonas. Welcome to Seafront, my humble home. The mayor's introductions continue, but it's clear to anyone paying the least bit of attention, particularly the mayor, who ain't so good at that kind of thing, that Roland has stopped listening. Instead, he's focused entirely on Susan Delgado, his gaze drawn to her like a parched man to a fountain. Elaine and Cuthbert, they look from Roland to Susan and back again to Roland, and even Cuthbert Allgood, who can see the humor in damn near anything, doesn't find the distraction one bit funny. And Jonas, well, nothing escapes his notice. Mayor Thorne, still all oblivious, finishes with, "Come to our house with joy, I say so, with all my heart, so I do. And we will, for your greeting has made us joyful. And our thanks, Mr. Renfrew, for giving us quarters in the Barquet bunkhouse. Least I could do for the affiliation horse boys. Speaking of horses, how fare the stock? As you know, we need all that can be spared." "Wow, the bloodlines are clarifying wonderful well. 3 colts out of stock. 3 colts out of every 5 are threaded stock, and the 4th can be kept and worked, if not bred. Only 1 in 5 is born with extra legs or eyes, or its guts on the outside." Only 1's born a mutant out of every 5. Problem is, birth rate's way down. The stallions have plenty of ram in their ramrod, but not as much powder and ball if you can it. Why would that be? Oh, I know what old Hash will say. He'll blame Pat Delgado like as not. Claim he's tempered with the bloodlines, maybe even insinuate poor Pat was in league with Farson. Rubbish, says I, but do argue with gossip. The only thing nobody argues about where Pat's concerned is the beauty of his daughter. She's the mayor's Shivan, you know, his side wife, not consummated, not until the reap, and none too happy about that is my brother. I'll warrant. Oh, this is the sister of the mayor. Okay. That's who was talking. The sister of the mayor right now. Alright. But bought and paid for, just as in the old days. Her father would die of shame if he could see her. Then again, Olive Thorne would like to help her die, knowing that Susan will be giving her husband the heir that she herself can't. Hell of a thing it is. Hell of a thing. The dinner seems interminable. Afterward, there's no escape as Roland and the others are drawn into dancing a reel. Roland probably wishes he had his guns with him so he could shoot the musicians, or himself, or both, and suddenly finds himself face to face with Susan Delgado. "Thank you for your discretion and your propriety." He looks coldly at the mayor's gilly, barely 1 step above a whore. His voice flat and cold as gunmetal, he says, "I can be discreet, sigh. As for propriety, I'm amazed you even know the word." "Why do you speak so?" She follows Roland's icy gaze and sees it locked onto Olive Thorne, the woman who must countenance the presence of her husband's chosen trollop, and she can ken Roland's quiet disgust for her. Not like it none, but can it? Aye. Sometime later, over at the Traveler's Rest, Roy DePape and Clay Reynolds of the Big Coffin Hunters are tired and angry, and their mood ain't getting none better. "Whew, what the hell did that cat drag in and piss on? Looks to be you, Si." "What did you say, dead man?" "You stink of oil and pine gum. Where you been, rolling around in the sicko fields?" Oh my. What's up, Mer Music? Bro, the playing missions were so hard in GTA San Andreas on keyboard. Why are you reading a book? Oh, just cuz, man. Just cuz. What was that? Okay. Just cuz, man. Just trying reading a book. It's book reading now. It's something I might do from time to time. Yeah. Hi, Mer Music. What's up, man? Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, so this is okay. The loudmouth has already had too much graft to drink, and it's making his tongue way too loose. But in drink is truth, often is not, and in this case, way too close to the truth. Since DePape and Reynolds have indeed been out at the Sitco, hiding tankers on Farson's behalf, not something you want to have some drunk advertising for you. Reynolds figures a quick boot to the big mouth's backside should end the conversation right enough. Thing is, violence typically makes things worse, no exception in this case. The big mouth, he goes flying into Shimi, the half-wit serving boy, and Shimi, he's carrying a bucket full of a rank red-eye called camel piss. The less said about which, the better. Yearly? We'll see. Anyway, the camel piss goes flying, and who's it land on? Well, if you know Satan's first law of malignity, I don't remember how to say that word, malign. To wit, if the worst can happen, it usually will. Then you already guessed. It landed on Roy DePape. Well now, boy, you have wet me considerable. Sorry, big fella, I go trippy trip. See there, look at what you got on my boots. Lick 'em clean, that's what I want. You lick my boots until they're dry again, and so clean you can see your stupid rabbit's face in them. Does I have to? Can't I just... Sorry, and polish them real good? Lick, you feeble-minded donkey. This is a kid. This is like a mentally disabled kid. I think. I'm pretty sure he's young. I mean, he might not be like 10 or something, but he's a young, dude. Now in walks someone. I simply can't allow that. Nope. I would if I could, but I can't. Unsanitary, you see. Who knows what diseases might be spread in such a fashion? The mind quails. Absolutely co-wails. I like this guy. He's so funny. This is no place for a boy such as you. Boys who come to places like this learn bad habits, kid. Oh, and the kid who was saying that was one of Roland's buddies. Dying is apt to be one of them. So I give you this one chance. Get out of here. Thank you, sir. I appreciate my one chance. And he's got the slingshot. Uses a slingshot. They will talk about it in Hambry for years to come. 3 decades after the fall of Gilead and the end of the affiliation, they'll still be talking. About how DePape, with the speed of a snake, had the gun knocked out of his hand by a metal ball, courtesy of the slingshot of a boy named Cuthbert. Smashed the top of DePape's second finger, tore off the nail, and any lower he would have been able to blow smoke rings out of his own palm. Roy DePape's stunned brain has barely been able to process what just happened, and Bert has already reloaded. Bert's short for Cuthbert. Now, if I have your attention, good sir. I can't speak for his, but you got mine, partner. Behind Cuthbert is a dude with a gun against his head. Alas, I've been blindsided, betrayed once more by my own callow youth. This guy's so funny. Put the twanger down. If you shoot me, the ball flies and your friend dies too. Oh, so it's a standoff then. And what if I said that I didn't believe you, that no man could make that shot? I'd say what you believe didn't matter. Put the gun down, my friend. Behind the guy with the gun on Cuthbert is now another guy with a knife on this guy. Or I'll cut your throat. This is Elaine. Sonny, unless you're a barber, I think you'd better put that pig sticker down. You don't get a second warning. And now behind Elaine is another guy with a gun. And Elaine says, no. What? You heard me. I said no. We're in this town on affiliation business. If you harm us, the affiliation will take note. So will our fathers. You'll be hunted like dogs and hung upside down, like as not, when you're caught. Sonny, there's not an affiliation patrol within 200 wheels of here, probably 300, and I wouldn't care a fart in a windstorm if there was one just over yon hill. Nor do your fathers mean a squitter to me. Put that knife down or I'll blow your brains out. No one does like that to the big coffin hunters. This is your last chance to... Nope, it's your last chance. Last, first, only. Holster the gun, do it now, or this dagger against your back goes in your heart. No more talk, talking's done. Do it or die. Now Roland, the last guy to show up, is behind this guy. So there's 6 dudes! 6 all gun to the backs of the heads and the knives to the backs of the throats and all. Nicky Potent! Reading his journey entries of the world. Yes, journey, my journal. This is my life. Man, I love Roland. He's like my favorite character. He's crazy. He's like, I mean, yeah. Hi, Nikki, lovely, wonderful Nikki. Hi, Nikki, super amazing, awesome, beautiful, epic Nikki Potent. Hello, Nikki. How are you today? Yeah, now I'm a little, that happens every time someone joins and stuff. How are you? I'm glad you came. I don't know if you're into this or anything. This is my first time trying to do a book reading kind of a stream thingish. I might. It's a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be, as far because it's a comic book and it's, you know, whatever. But I've had fun describing some of the stuff a little bit. You know, I haven't gone into super detail, but I describe a little bit what's going on. I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm actually having fun. I'm having fun doing this. I think it's cool. Oh, you're sick again? Oh, Nikki. Man, you can't not be sick right now, right? It's winter time and you're just constantly sick. I'm so sorry. You need to get a bunch of soup, Nikki. You need lots of chicken soup. Have your mom come make you some chicken soup. Or make your own chicken soup, you know. It's always nice to have a mom take care of you, you know. I would take care of you, but, you know, I can't, so. But chicken soup. Or soup. If you're, you know, there's veggie soup too. But soup is the best when you have, like, a cold and stuff, you know. Bedtime stories. Not quite a bedtime story. And the background stuff, the video stuff, is like, it's all from the story stuff that I'm reading, which is pretty cool. I set that up, you know. It's fun. I actually made like a playlist of videos that I thought would fit and stuff. You've had lots of soup. Good. Keep having it. Damn, that sucks. I hope you get better real soon. The part of the story that I'm at is a little hard to describe. I can catch you up on the newest scene that I'm on right now. So these kids who are, they're growing up, they're becoming men. They're sent on a mission to go basically be the eyes and the ears, and they're undercover. They go to this town, they're undercover, they're pretending like they're there to count what the town has that can help the army against the bad people and stuff. And now we end up on this scene where this guy gets pissed on him because a kid got knocked over, like a young mentally disabled dude got knocked over, and he accidentally spilled what he was holding. He was carrying something, they probably to go take it out and dump it. He was carrying it, and he spilled it on a dude because he got knocked into, and he spilled it into like a really bad mean guy. So that mean guy was like, you're gonna have to lick this off my shoes, and I want you to lick it dry. And the kid was like, can't I just apologize and just, you know, polish it? I can polish it, I don't want to lick it, you know, whatever. And then he was like, nope, you're gonna lick it. You're gonna lick it clean. So our main characters, three of them, is Roland and his two buddies, his best friends. One of his friends comes in and he's like, nope, I can't allow that to happen. Then he does that. He threatens the guy. He's gonna shoot him, whatever. And then another guy comes. One of the evil bad guy's friends comes in behind this dude, and this happened a few times. So it's three good guys, three bad guys. They're all kind of in a standoff with each other. It's hilarious. And Roland is the last one. Roland just came in when you came in the stream. Roland came up, the last guy to show up, and he tells him, no more talking. You're gonna fucking die, or you're gonna put that shit away. You know, whatever. It was pretty badass. You came in at a really cool part. I'm sorry you missed the up to that, but it was pretty cool. Alright. By the time the sheriff, still sleepy-eyed and half-drunk from the dinner, comes staggering over, guns have been holstered, knives sheathed, and metal balls palmed. The metal balls palmed because Cuthbert is a slingshot user. He doesn't use guns and stuff. But the mess of jangled nerves and burning fury is screaming louder than the local thinny. This is a nice mess, isn't it? A nice mess. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to forget it. I'll not spend the next 3 or 4 months waiting to see who among yous gets killed. I can't believe y'all want to be causing trouble for 3 young men from the affiliation. And boys, you've all got your own cakes to bake and oats to roll. And none of you want something like this to get in the way of doing your jobs, do ya? So, what I want you to do is stand up, face each other, shake hands, and cry each other's pardon. If you don't do that, you can all ride west out of town by sunrise, as far as I'm concerned. This is like the regular sheriff trying to calm shit down and tell him, hey, shake hands and forget it and move on. He's right, lad. Will you shake with an old man and vow to start over? Yes. I cry your pardon. I cry your own, Mr. Jonas. And now they're off riding away and stuff. Well, that was an amusing and instructive evening, was it not? Dinner, a circle dance, and almost killed to top things off. I got a good look into Mr. Jones's eyes after he shook hands with you, Roland. He means to kill you. They mean to kill all of us. Well, we'll make it hard for them, but they know more about us now that they did it than they did at dinner. We'll not get behind them that way again. Saw you those coffin tattoos on their hands? Aye, I did, and have before. On the hand of an assassin who was hanged for trying to stab your father, Steve Deshane. An assassin's hand, but a hand guided by Farson, by my watch and warrant. Hambry's leaders are Farson's allies. This will not end well. I never thought it would. Your confidence inspires us all, Bert. Roy, take off your spectacles. Jonas, what's this about? I don't... If you want them broke, leave them on. It's all the same to me. And then, so this is Roy DePape and Jonas together. Separate scene. And he punches him. Told him to take off his spectacles so he could punch him. Do you know how much harm you've done? None of us exactly covered ourselves with glory, but you were the fool that started the pot boiling. Those boys, they may be rich boys, but that's not all they are. The way they were tonight, they acted as gunslingers. Do you know why I shook that boy Dearborn's damned hand? Because we can't rock the boat, boys. Not just when it's edging in toward harbor. But I tell you this, no one puts a knife to Eldred Jonas's back and lives. Not a rich boy who claims he's on a make-work detail, and not even a gunslinger. Well, that's Jonas. He's a badass little bastard. He's an evil bastard. And that is the end of chapter 3. And that's where I'm going to stop for now. I think there's 5 chapters total. I don't remember for sure. There might be 6. But I'm going to stop there for now, because I was already, my throat was kind of iffy and stuff during that. But that was cool. And I'll watch the broadcast, make sure the video and the audio seem fine and stuff like that. That's weird. Alright, damn it. So that's it. Gunslinger, tonight. Gunslinger, Born. That was chapters 1 through 3. Nikki, I did 1 through 3. Yeah, so this is something I don't know. I'm gonna ask people. We'll see what happens. I mean, when I started, there was a bunch of people chilling and hanging out, and I think most people left. I think most people left, which is fine. That's cool. But I don't know. I felt like reading. I think it would be better probably to read actual books though than to read a comic book. I don't know, whatever. But I'll finish this one. See what happens. I don't know if you're still there or not, though. It's hard to tell. You can never tell. Unless you actually say something. But anyways, that was fun, though. That was kind of fun. I don't know. I really wish I could do voices, but I'm telling you, as soon as I start doing voices, my throat, starts to, feel like it's sore, which is really weird. And the sore throat for no reason. But whoever's here, I guess since it's quiet, I'm just going to take off. We'll end the stream there. Dark Tower, episodes 1 through 3, chapters 1 through 3, whatever. Thank you guys very much for hanging out, chilling with me, stopping by. And if you happen to watch the past broadcast, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. That was cool. That was fun. I had fun. That was neat. Oh, I guess I could see if anybody's on. See who I'll go watch after. Man, I think I need to reboot or something. My computer is acting super crap. I'll go chill with Bring Me a Sandwich. Bring me sandwiches. Alright, cool. Alright, so goodbye, have a good night. Thank you so much for hanging. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye bye.